You don't need more time, you need more awareness. You keep telling yourself that one day, when you finally have more time, everything will change. You'll slow down. You'll understand yourself. You'll start living intentionally. But think about this for a moment. What if time has never been the problem? What if the real issue is that you've been here all along, but not truly present? Because the truth is uncomfortable, but simple. Most people don't lose their lives to a lack of time. They lose them to a lack of awareness. Carl Jung once warned that the greatest danger for the human soul is unconsciousness, not evil, not failure, unconsciousness. To live without awareness is to exist on autopilot, reacting, repeating, drifting, while believing you are choosing. And when you live this way, time doesn't heal, time doesn't clarify, time doesn't transform. Time only reveals what you were already doing unconsciously. Now ask yourself this honestly. How many days have passed that you don't remember fully living? Not because they were empty, but because you were absent. Scrolling, rushing, worrying, waiting for later. Later becomes weeks. Weeks become years. And suddenly, you don't know how you arrived here. But here's what no one tells you. Awareness collapses time. One moment of true awareness can change what 10 years of unconscious effort never could. Napoleon Hill understood this when he spoke about definiteness of purpose. He didn't mean obsession with goals. He meant clarity of mind. A person without awareness is busy but directionless. A person with awareness moves slowly, yet precisely. Alan Watts often said that people are so busy thinking about the future that they miss the only place life ever happens. You don't experience life tomorrow. You don't experience life yesterday. You only ever experience it here. And yet, most people live everywhere except where they are. Think about this carefully. You can spend 20 years repeating the same patterns, or you can spend 1 year becoming conscious of them. Time doesn't change patterns. Awareness does. Time doesn't bring wisdom. Attention does. While Carl Jung believed awareness begins with bringing the unconscious into consciousness, Viktor Frankl approached it through meaning. Frankl believed that between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies our freedom. Awareness is that space. Without it, you react automatically. With it, you choose. And that single difference changes the entire trajectory of a life. Now ask yourself, how often do you actually choose instead of react? How often do you notice your thoughts instead of believing them? How often do you pause instead of escape? Because escaping doesn't require time. Awakening requires awareness. Friedrich Nietzsche warned that people waste their lives waiting for the right conditions to live, not realizing that life itself is the condition. He believed that becoming who you are does not happen gradually through time, but suddenly through insight, a lightning strike of awareness. Most people believe they are tired because they do too much, but what actually exhausts them is unconsciousness. Living against your values, chasing goals that aren't yours, saying yes when you mean no, suppressing what you feel. That inner friction drains more energy than action ever could. Think about this for a moment. How much of your life is spent unconsciously managing discomfort, avoiding silence, avoiding truth, avoiding yourself? And then you say, I don't have time. But time was never missing. Presence was. Carl Jung said that until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Awareness turns fate into choice, and choice is the beginning of freedom. Here is the shift. You don't need more hours in the day. You need fewer unconscious moments. You don't need to escape your life. You need to enter it fully. You don't need to become someone new. You need to see who you already are, clearly. Awareness doesn't demand perfection. It asks for honesty. To notice when you're lying to yourself. To notice when fear is choosing for you. To notice when comfort is costing you growth. And when you see clearly, change happens naturally. Because awareness is not effort, it's illumination. And once something is illuminated, it can no longer control you from the shadows. So let me leave you with this. Stop asking for more time. Start asking for more awareness, because the moment you wake up, you'll realize you were never late. You were just asleep. If this message spoke to you, subscribe to Becoming You and keep growing with us. And if you watched until the end, comment the word presence and share your thoughts below.